Hello everyone, welcome back to my whiteout survival YouTube channel. In today's video, the topic I would like to share and discuss is about Frostdragon Tyrant, which has come to our state 1274 for the first time. So as you can see, our state is now in zone 16, and this is the Alliance battle roster for our zone 16. Only the top 100 alliances in this neighboring zone number 16 can join the battlefield, and our alliance ELL is rank 57, so we are qualified for registration in phase 1. Okay, now after phase 1 registration, you can deploy 60 participants or combatants from your alliance to enter the Frostdragon Tyrant battlefield and fight for your alliance. You should only select the strongest 60 people, preferably FC 5+ players at this stage, as a combatants participants, and make sure these register combatants will likely to be present for at least 2 to 3 hours of the Frostdragon Tyrant period. Okay, now let's start talking about the rules and everything about Frostdragon Tyrant. So here you can see register chiefs can dispatch to the Frostdragon battlefield, and the capital opens for 6 hours and you can fight for the capital, and whichever chief dominates the capital longest will get the Supreme Frostdragon Tyrant title, and it's only tallied for the rally captain and not other members. So this is basically like a Sunfire Castle fight with only a little bit of extra mechanics and extra things added. And for the procedures, phase 1 is alliance sign up. So alliance leader R5 or R4 can register their alliance into the Frostdragon Tyrant event as long as they are qualified for their zone, which means if your alliance is top 100 in your zone, you will be qualified to register and participate. If your state doesn't have any alliance that are not qualified during phase 1, you guys should all collectively combine your strength by making a super best alliance and trying to enter the top 100 ranking for phase 1 for registration. Okay, and after that, phase 2 is combatant dispatch, which is 40 hours, and this mechanism is almost the same as Foundry or Canyon, where your alliance members can do battle requests and you can register the people who are sure to participate for the Tyrant battlefield. And phase 3 is Eve of Battle, which lasts 59 hours. This is like a before the battle duration where you can do predictions for some prediction rewards, as well as while doing certain missions to get the Frost battlefield bonus buffs, which I will show you later. And phase 4 is battlefield opens for 8 hours as usual, starting from 10 UTC, I think, on Sunday, like the Sunfire Castle 5 SBS battle phase. And then chiefs dispatched to the battlefield can finally enter and start fighting between each other. And after that, the capital will become vulnerable 1 hour after the battlefield opens and for the next 6 hours, which means everyone can start fighting for capital 1 hour after the battlefield opens. And the alliance who gets the first control will get first occupancy rewards to all members. So this is not bad, but as you see, in order to get the first occupancy rewards, all your alliance must be strong enough and also need to take the proper position around the capital with FC8 troops and also decently strong people who can defend against other people's solo attacks or rally attacks to force teleport your city. And okay, and then the capital is supported by 4 surrounding spears or spires, which will be vulnerable to attack in alternating half-hour periods. So these spires are basically like 4 turrets in Sunfire Castle, but the mechanism they provide is a little bit different. For turrets, they hit the castle defense at regular intervals and becomes faster hit rate as long as you control continuously. But for these spires, they only vulnerable 30 minutes and then after followed by the 30 minutes protection or shield mode like the facility. Alliance to dominate the spire longest in each round of 30 minutes will get powerful alliance-wide bonuses depending on your type of spire. There are 4 spires and I will tell them about details in building details later. And also during the battlefield for the capital, Dragonite Owls and Frostdragon escorts will regularly appear on the battlefield. So this mechanism is mainly for smaller players who are FC4 or FC5 players who are not strong enough to stay inside the red zone and can only stay inside the safe zone of the Frostdragon battlefield. So you can either gather the Dragonite Ores or defeat the Frostdragon escorts, which will gives you Alliance Dragonites, and these Alliance Dragonites are really important for your team or for your alliance because your alliance R5 or R4 can use these Alliance Dragonites to deploy useful crystal scales strategically to improve your chance of winning or to improve everyone's personal ranking and personal score points, even though your alliance are not strong enough to win the Frostdragon title. And after that, the chief to dominate the capital the longest will get the Supreme Frostdragon title for their zone and other privileges and rewards like President or Supreme President Revelation rewards. Almost the same with more rewards and more buffs basically for 30 days until the next Tyrant event comes again. And if there are multiple chiefs with the longest domination time, the chief who achieves the duration first will become the Tyrant. So which means if 2 or 3 strongest mega wheels have the same longest domination time, among these 3, whoever gets that specific duration first will be given advantage and will be given the Tyrant title. And phase 5 is rearmament phase, which is 54 hours. During this phase, all states will receive a healing speed 500% bonus and healing cost minus 30%. So it's for healing time, like after SBS Battle phase. The chief who is crowned Frostdragon Tyrant may host a grand statewide feast in Tyrant State. So whichever state gets the Frostdragon Tyrant title, they can host a feast party like childhood party feast or a Christmas party feast or any other kind of festival like feast party, which will give all participating members of the state extra chest rewards, which will be useful for their growth and development. And also, each chief of the winning state of Frostdragon Tyrant can give 5 flights daily to each other, or 5 flights daily to the Tyrant, which is like granting a gift to each other. Okay, now let's go to the Frostdragon buildings, and there are 5 buildings in Frostdragon, and in the center, inside the red zone or alert zone, which is the capital, which is the main building like the Sunfire Castle, and whoever gets the longest occupation time for this capital building will win the Tyrant title. And there are 4 spires, like 4 turrets around each corner of the capital, surrounding at square points. And the first one is called Life Spire, which gives bonus for 50% health for 30 minutes during the protection or shielded period. So whoever gets the longest control of Life Spire in 30 minutes vulnerable time will get 50% health bonus for next 30 minutes during the protected period. And the next one is Dragonbane Spire, which gives bonus for 50% lethality for 30 minutes, and Shield Spire, which gives 50% defense for 30 minutes, and Blade Spire, which gives 50% attack for 30 minutes. So these spires are basically strategically very, very important, especially for the alliance, the strongest alliance, top 3 to 5 alliance, who are strong enough to competitively fight for the capital. If your alliance has the max out mega super will, which is the strongest in everything, who has the strongest stats in this zone 16, your alliance should basically mainly aim for Life Spire and She Spire, which provides 50% health and 50% defense for 30 minutes. Because if your alliance has the strongest guy in this zone, you will likely to defend against multiple rallies and multiple attacks from all the other whales and mega whales. So you need to prioritize your defense stats, which is health and defense. So life spire and she spire, you should prioritize these two to increase your defense. Okay, and all other alliance who are planning to competitively fight for the capital or who are planning to knock the strongest guy teams out from the capital, you guys should aim to get the control of Dragonbane Spire and Blade Spire, which provides 50% lethality stats and 50% attack bonus for 30 minutes. So these two spires are more for the attacking alliances who will compete for the capital, and Life Spire and She Spire are mainly important for the strongest alliance with the strongest guy who are planning to defend the capital and increase their capital occupation time. Okay, now let's go to the crystal scales. So there are quite a lot of useful crystal scales that can be used strategically, but in order to use them, your alliance needs specific amount of Dragonites to activate these crystal scales, and these Dragonites can be obtained by gathering Dragonite ores or defeating Frostdragon escorts, which will appear throughout the battlefield. So you need to assign some people to defeat the Frostdragon escorts and gather the Dragonite ores, especially less stronger player in your alliance should do this job to provide your alliance enough flow of Dragonites to activate these scales. And you will need to wait a certain amount of time before using the same crystal scale again. That is, each scale has a cooldown. So after activating one crystal scale, there will be a cooldown, and you cannot activate it the same scale again until the cooldown period is over. And crystal scales can no longer be deployed once the battle for the capital has ended, so you need to use Dragonites and activate crystal scales before the capital battle has ended. So okay, now let's talk about the scales in details. The first one is Dragon Blade Ward. For 10 minutes, 50% of Alliance members severely injured troops in capital and spire battles are instantly healed for the next combat if they win the battle. So this skill is mainly useful, especially when your alliance are fighting competitively either for capital or spire battles, and all including your rally leaders and also rally supporters or rally joiners. Their infirmary are filled with lots of injured troops. Then you should use this skill and make sure to make a proper double or triple rally at the spire or at the capital, because the injuries will only be instantly 50% of the all alliance members' injury in infirmary will be instantly healed for the next combat only if you make sure that you win the battle. Okay, and the second skill is Dragonic Revival, which is for the 10 minutes, 50% of alliance member casualties versus another chief cities will survive and be sent to the infirmary as severely injured. So this Dragonic Revival is mainly useful when you are planning to force teleport other alliance joining force cities out of the red zone or weaken their joining or supporting force, because as usual for the city attacks, attacker will always suffer massive troop loss unless you have massive advantage in stats. So this case will be helpful for alliance who are planning to ban the other competitor alliance joining force cities during that 10 minutes skills activation time frame. So after activation of Dragonic Revival, your alliance focus should be trying to rally and force TP other alliance joining or supporting force city out of the red zone. Okay? And after that, Dragonbane Shackle. So actually, this Dragonic Revival and Dragonbane Shackle should use at the same time. I will tell you the reason, because this Dragonbane Shackle, for 10 minutes, any alliance member's victory against another's chief city force teleports it to the border region, which means out of the red zone or alert zone, and blocks teleporting for 10 minutes, which means that city cannot TP back inside into the red zone or alert zone to support their strong Mega Waves rally leader. So whenever you are planning to reduce the other competitive alliance joining force or supporting force, you should always use these two skills together, which is Dragonic Revival and Dragonbane Shackle. The first one will reduce 50% of your troop losses or casualties, and the second one will prevent the other cities teleporting into the red zone again after being burned. Okay, now let's go to the next skill, which is Windbreath Hole. So this Windbreath Hole is mainly a defensive crystal skill, especially for city defense. For 10 minutes, defending alliance members' troops in a city inflict 50% more deaths and suffers 50% less severely injured troops. So you should activate this Windbreath Hole skill, especially when your alliance supporting force or garrison force or is targeted by other alliance strong rallies, especially when they are trying to force TP out your joining or supporting force out of the red zone. So activating this defense crystal skill will make your defense inside the city stronger, as well as 50% more deaths and 50% less severely injured troops. It's really useful and important defensively. And next skill is called Dragon Scale Aegis. For 30 minutes, alliance members, capital and spire defender troops gain 15% increased attack and defense. Okay, so this Dragon Scale Aegis is especially mainly for capital and spire defenders, and it's also a defensive skill for 30 minutes and really useful if your alliance is either planning to get the longest hold or occupation duration for capital or spire. All the defending troops will gain 15% increased attack and defense, which is quite useful. And the next gate is called Drake Crest Banner. And for 30 minutes, it increased Alliance members' rally capacity by 30%. So this Drake Crest Banner gate is mainly useful for attacking Alliance who are planning to knock enemy strongest Mega Wheel out from the capital or out from the spire. So by increasing your alliance members' rally capacity by 30% by using this Dracecrest banner, you can start initiating buffet double or triple rallies to force somebody out from the specific spire. And as always, the attacking sides always have advantage in these kind of battles because defender can only defend with one garrison, where attacking side can initiate triple rallies, double rallies, triple rallies, or even quadruple rallies with perfectly coordinated so that the defending side cannot reinforce infantries to the garrison. Okay, the next gate is called Swift Ambering. Swift Amber Wind, which increase alliance members' march speed by 100%, and it only applies to troops deployed while the gate is active. So this Swift Amber Wind gate will mainly be useful, especially if your alliance is heavily targeted, if your alliance joining forces is heavily targeted by other alliance to get burned and to force teleports out of red zone or alert zone. So by using an activation this Swift Amber Wind scale, these joining forces members' march speed will increase by 100%, so they can still join the rallies or garrison from outside the red zone or from the border zone. Because of high marching speed boost, they can still join the rally and they can also garrison properly. And the last gate is called Dragon Claw Rapture, which is for 10 minutes increases alliance members' Dragonite gathering speed by 50%, and it also applies to troops which are already marching or gathering. So this Dragonclaw Rapture is the most useful and efficient scale for any alliance that are participating in the Frost Dragon battlefield, because whether you are strongest or whether you are weak, you will need to gather these Dragonite ores for activation of important crystal scales. So by using this Dragonclaw Rapture for the next 10 minutes, all your alliance members' Dragonite gathering speed will get 50% buffs. So at that specific time, everyone should use their extra marches to only gather Dragonites. Okay? Alright, after the crystal scales, let's talk about a little bit of other rules for Frostdragon Tyrant. So eligibility, as usual, is after the Simon phase, only the zone's top ranking alliances will be given enlistment eligibility. The number of enlisted alliance in a given zone will be largely determined by the number of states assigned into the same zone. With more opportunity, the more states present. So right now for our zone 16, top 100 alliances are eligible, and individual chiefs alliance stream eligible after the sign-up phase can request or invited to join the battle in the combatant dispatch phase, and a minimum furnace level requirements applies. So not all people can do battle requests like Foundry. for this battle, there will be a minimum furnace level requirement. For us, right now is FC4 is minimum requirement eligibility. Anyone below Fire Crystal 4 cannot join the Frostdragon battlefield. And after that, entering the battlefield, the cities were randomly placed around the border region upon entry to the battlefield, so which is like the Frostfire mine. You will be randomly teleported around the border region upon entering the battlefield, and the first 5 minutes will be battle preparation time, during which you cannot teleport, attack, scout, or garrison. So this 5 minutes is the preparation time where you need to discuss with your alliance members or team members and form specific teams and assignments to each other strategically. And the battle rules here, as usual, chiefs cannot join the battlefield with squads currently scouting or expedition, or with manning barricades or reinforcements from other chiefs in their embassy. So you should kick every reinforcement out from your embassy, and you should also restore your manning barricades if your city is burned, and you should make sure all your squads are back inside your city before entering the battlefield. And number 2 is chiefs maps bring their own troops to the battlefield with the number of available march queues determined by the number of march queues unlocked by the chief up until that point. So you must rely on your own troops inside the battlefield, as well as the number of available marching queues will be your current presently unlocked marching queues. So for people who are not buying extra march queues will have 5 marching squads, and who already buy extra march will get 6 marching queues inside the battlefield. And number 3, the infantry capacity will be considered unlimited during the battle, but otherwise standard troop healing costs and duration shall apply, and the infantry shall return to its original capacity once the chief leaves the Frostdragon battlefield with additional injured retained in the infantry, and new severely injured troops in excess of infantry capacity will directly perish. So this one is really important to take note to prevent your troop losses. Unlike Foundry, inside the Foundry battlefield, the infantry capacity is also unlimited, and whenever you came back from the Foundry battlefield, even if there are lots of multiple injured troops inside your Foundry battlefield infirmary, they will not be injured in your real-time city infirmary. So you do not need to heal all these injured troops in your unlimited infirmary capacity inside Foundry battlefield. They will always automatically heal back by the system. But the problem in Frostdragon Tyrant is, even though the same aspect of unlimited infirmary inside the battlefield, the problem is you need to make sure you heal these injured troops inside the Frostdragon battlefield before you exit the Tyrant battlefield. Because if you have lots of injuries which exceeds your real city's infirmary capacity, and you did not heal these injuries inside the Tyrant battlefield, and when you came back to your main real city after Frostdragon Tyrant is over, all the injuries that are in excess of your infirmary capacity will directly perish, which means it is a permanent loss, and it will hurt you a lot for your future events, as well as it will reduce a lot of your troops power and overall power. Okay. And number 4 is any chiefs not part of the same alliance may be freely attacked once upon the battlefield has opened. So this number 4 is really important. You need to make sure after entering the battlefield, you need to make sure that you stay inside the safe zone, or if you are staying inside the red zone or alert zone, you will be severely targeted if you are not strong with enough stats. And troops will be severely injured or killed in attacks against chief cities. And so for city attacks, you will get troop losses because they will be killed, and for capital and spires, troops will only be severely injured as long as the injured troops that did not exceed infirmary capacity. Okay, and one squad allowed per chief per capital or spire battle at a time. So only one of your squads can be allowed to participate in capital rally or capital garrison, or spire rally or spire garrison. If you already have squad garrison at capital or spire, more troops can be sent as the reinforcing squads to the garrison. It's the same mechanics as usual as Sapphire Castle, and all rally participants may freely employ rally speed-ups to reduce your marching time. So it's also the same when you are far away and you want to join the rallies or you want to garrison, you can use rally marching speed-ups to reduce your marching time. And successful attacks on other chief cities shall not be rewarded with plunder. So, which means you will not get any plundering resources from the cities that have been burned. So the only reason that you are attacking somebody's cities is to make your competitor alliance supporting force weaker, and also force teleporting these supporting forces out of the red zone or alert zone. And cities burn much faster on the Frostdragon battlefield, so this is also very important. So as long as you get burned, you need to extinguish very quickly using 100 gems, or if you don't extinguish very fast, your city will burn very fast and will be forced teleported to a random location automatically. And chiefs are free to leave the Frostdragon battlefield halfway through a battle, but after quitting the battlefield, chiefs must wait for 10 minutes before re-entering. So it's the same mechanism as the foundry, leaving the foundry battlefield, but for foundry, you need to wait 12 minutes before re-entering, but here, you need to wait 10 minutes before re-entering. And presidential titles, presidential skates, pet, city, VIP stat, personal tag, alliance head, and skin bonus, all these things take effect as normal on the Frostdragon battlefield. So you need to make sure you get all the available presidential verbs or ministry verbs or presidential skates, activation of presidential skates, which are useful in this Frostdragon is healing, speed ups, bonus, and for Supreme President, it's a statewide lethality bonus, and also 20% CD bonus buffs plus bad skates will also be very useful before entering the battlefield. You need to make sure you activated these skates. So alright, now let's go to the Dragonborn's track. So this was basically it's like a Frostdragon Tyrant shop where you can exchange mithril and other important materials that you need as usual. So if you are a big spender or wills the most important thing that you need to exchange in this Dragon Ball's track is Mithril. And if you are a supporting force, I recommend exchanging fire crystals from this shop, which I seem quite worthy in my opinion. And you can also consider design blends or champ design as second priority if you are supporting force or if you are free to play player or low spender, depending on your needs. Okay, and you can collect this skill crystal, which is a shop currency, to exchange these materials from Frost Wine Journey daily missions, which will refresh after daily reset, and also season missions, which is a weekly missions. And you can do these missions for this key crystal as well as this dragon mark, which can be used for championship predictions as well as prediction shop purchases. Okay, now let's go to the prediction. So here you can make 3 prediction for the tyrants who you think that will get the Frostdragon Tyrant title. So for me, I predict 1251, 1299 and 1284. So before doing this prediction, you need to go to the Frostdragon Tyrant battle roster and click this alliance and check their alliance members, like how many max wills they have, to properly predict. Here you can see 1251, they are the strongest alliance in this zone, and that they will very likely to win this Frostdragon Tyrant because they have lots of over 1 billion overall power at this stage, which is basically a max out mega whale. Here Stoneheart, Rampage, and here 3.1 billion card Rogo, Lord V 2.3 billion power, and Hades 2 billion powers. I mean, no one can beat these 1251 United Alliance in my opinion. So they are the favorite. So you need to make sure you check these alliance condition and how many max waves and max FCA players they have before doing proper prediction for champion. And then after that, the next one is championship prediction, which is a small prediction. There will be few questions, and you will need to choose one of the 2 options here. How long will the Frostdragon Tyrant in your zone occupy the capital, which is less than 1 hour or more than 1 hour? And the first chief to occupy the capital of your zone 16 will be the Frostdragon Tyrant in the end, yes or no? How many enemy troops will the deadliest chief defeat in your Frostdragon Tyrant zone? Less than 70 million troops or more than 70 million troops? What will be the longest single occupation time across all zones for the capital, and the shortest occupation of the capital across all zones, like this. So for championship winning prediction, if you predict the correct alliance out of your 3 predictions for Frostdragon Tyrant title, will gives you 10,000 Dragon Mark rewards. And for normal trivia championship battle prediction, for each question you have predicted correctly will give you 1000 Dragon Marks. And for these predictions, as once you have choose and predicted, you cannot change your prediction anymore. So think carefully and make a proper analysis before doing the prediction. And then there is a prediction shop where you can use this Dragon Mark currency to exchange either fire crystals or the sign plants or mithril or other important things, but in my opinion, fire crystal is the most value price in this prediction shop, no matter what, whether you are big spenders or wills or free-to-play player or low spenders. Everybody needs massive amount of fire crystal, and the price of fire crystal in this prediction shop is very worthy in my opinion. And after that, if you need mid-3 as a big spender or wills, you can consider exchanging mid-3. And if you need the sign plants, it's also not too bad. And also pollution, you can consider. But I will only exchange fire crystals in this prediction shop as my first priority until I get all 50 fire crystal. Okay, alright guys, thank you so much. And another thing I would like to mention is got this Champions Eve 3 days period where your alliance can do missions and get alliance points to get extra alliance bonus inside the Frostdragon battlefield. This is really important for you and for your alliance. So please make sure to encourage everyone to either gathering tiles with gathering boost, 8-hour gathering boost, or train troops to get this alliance preparation points and unlock the next level, as many levels as you can. I mean, the more levels that you reach, the extra buff scales or bonus scales you will be provided, you and your alliance will be provided inside the Frostdragon battlefield. So the first scale upon reaching level 2 alliance milestone points is 100% healing speed up in infantry for alliance member in the Frostdragon battlefield, which is very useful for you and your team inside the Frostdragon battlefield. And this Tyrant's gift is a feast party. Only the one alliance in each zone who will get the Frostdragon Tyrant title can have the privilege to feast this party and get extra chest rewards depending on the table here, riot table, which contains cheap chant materials, cheap gear materials, mythic shards, essence stones, speed ups, and gear chests, and etc. And also the chances. So alright guys, you can dine at these tables during the feast party. I think it's a 1-hour party like normal festival party events or feast events, and you will get extra rewards. So best of luck in this Frostdragon Tyrant for all the alliance who are planning to get the Tyrant title. And thank you so much for watching until the end. And if you think this video is helpful and informative, please don't forget to subscribe and follow my Whiteout Survival channel, as well as please like and share this video with your friends who are playing Whiteout Survival game. Thank you so much guys, bye, and see you in my next video.